Cold part about it, it was retaliation. See, they shut down visits for a day. Visits went back up. And they were pretty much aware. Prison administration was aware that, hey, it's going to kick off. We just don't know who. And what do you think happened? Bulldogs jumped a Southerner. And they jumped a Southerner in front of his kids. No remorse. No shame. No fair game. And unfortunately, the Southerner, his hyena, tried to jump in, and the Bulldog threw her off. She got in the middle of it, and they didn't hit her. They didn't say nothing about assaulting her, but they got her out of the fight. They said they threw her out of the fight. I don't know how, what ways, how they body slammed her. I don't know if they just flinged her across the room. She tried to get involved, and they threw her off. But that Southerner had a kid there, and that kid was also subjected to pepper spray and gas, and it was a young kid. What I mean by young kid is under the age of 5 years old. She was like 5 or 6, little girl. That's what it took, because, they're going to send a message back to everybody, especially the Southern factions, like, we ain't going to tolerate that. We've been programming and going to visit for years. No incidences at visiting room whatsoever. So we've been programming for years, and this is how you want to go about it? This is your way of telling prison administration you don't want to program with us? Because, ain't nobody refusing no chronos other than the Southern faction, the Mexican Mafia, and all the big homies that are in these MAC rep boards that don't want to tell their own factions that they're telling the prison administration, like, hey, we don't want to program with them. Instead, they want to go to the yard and say, hey, if you see any of these fools, green light them, bro. Green light them. It's on sight, stab them. Murder them. Take his win. But your big homies, your proper leadership is in those prison administration offices, those MAC rep meetings, telling the wardens, telling the prison administration, sending messages to Sacramento through the lawyers, like, man, we can't program with them. We're not going to program with them. And utilizing these visiting assaults is just them trying to show a prison administration, like, see, I told you, we can't program with them. Look what they did to us. They attacked one of our little homies.